Lisa Clark here, and thanks for joining me. We're going to be doing the Phoenix with pan pastels and pastel pencils. I'm using this pastel board, and here's my black carbon paper down, and then I'm going to put my tracing over that and use a tool to basically sketch in the tracing onto the pastel board. And that's what it looks like when I'm done. And I am using soft tools. These are them. There's a dense sponge there on the left. These are the three main colors I'm using to start off with. And they are the titanium white, also the phthalo blue, and turquoise. There it is. And all I'm doing, and I'm not worrying about cross-contamination from pan to pan, it's actually what you kind of want. You want a nice blended effect. So that's what you see me doing. I would say this is a soft to medium touch as I transfer the pans onto this pastel board. And I'm not worried about covering the tracing. You'll see at the end, it still pops through. I do save the tracing just in case I need it for any kind of detail that I missed or might have been smudged out or whatever. It's just a good idea. Save your tracing. And it's just a matter of laying these pastels down. Don't be afraid of them. You can see how effortless this is, just laying this layer down. I'm creating this sky for the background of this Phoenix. I'm just not really that worried. It's going to be fine. I like it. It's just blending those three main colors together, on this sponge, and it's a medium to soft touch, and just go over it. I don't want any lines. So you'll see me kind of go over areas with the sponge and kind of blend those lines out because I don't want any lines. Swirls, good. Lines, not so much. So that's what you see me doing. And as I work down, I decided, I think some magenta would look really pretty in this sky. And so I am going to start adding that. And again, I didn't even clean the sponge in between because it's still sky. So here we go. I'm using these added to the other three that we had started out with, and that's violet and magenta, I believe is the other one. Yes, magenta. So again, did not clean my sponge. I'm just adding to what was already on my sponge. I'm not worried about it. I'll blend it through. I'll add some magenta to the top part where there's mostly blues and just keep layering. Like I said, soft to medium touch with this sponge. I don't want it to look muddy, so you got to be really careful not to go over blending it. You know what I mean? You don't want to go over the same spot over and over again. So just remember that when you're laying these colors down. And that's really all there is to it. Definitely I want to go over the tracing lines of the Phoenix, because I don't want the sky to just stop, like drastic stop and starts around the tracing. So I will go right over the tracing. I'm not too worried about it because I use the black carbon and the tracing will still show up well enough. And as I've always said, yes, I'm using a reference photo and it's in the description, but I'm not looking to be exact. I am looking basically as a reference, exactly what that word means. I'm referring to it. It's great for placement and all that, but will this be exactly like the reference? No, it will not. And I don't want it to. I want this to look like Lisa did it. My technique, my touch, my perspective of the Phoenix. So keep that in mind. Will I still try to do photorealistic? For sure. But I don't need it to look exactly like the reference photo. I'm simply using it to let me know where feathers lay and where the eye is and stuff like that. So now I'm adding these four colors to the bottom, and they are what we have here. We have the burnt, I can't even read that. Sorry about that. I know that's oxide. I think the other one was like a burnt sienna. Of course, black. I try to be careful with the blacks. And then a little bit of the titanium white as well, just to lighten up areas where I need them to be lighter. Those are the 4 main colors I'm using. Very little black, but mostly the burnt sienna and the oxide are the ones that I really wanted to use and get that desert feel, like that sand, red sand feel, if that makes sense. I end up changing this quite a bit throughout the project. Once I start adding flames, which, oh, wow, flames are difficult, but I still am going to attempt it. I'm going to try to do my best with the flames, and that will be in future videos. I do struggle a little bit with the flames, but the thing I always tell people, and I have to remind myself sometimes, draw what you see, not what you know. And that's good advice. And I have to remind myself of that on a regular basis. So yeah, I'm just adding little peaks here. But like I said, I think I end up changing the background a little bit here and there. But you know, that's my perspective. That's my prerogative on my art. I can change it as I go. So that just about wraps up the first video of the Phoenix. And it is a process for sure. But yeah, I hope you tag along with me. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Have any advice? Give that. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. And I'm about done with this first round. Yep. And that's what it looks like. You can still see the tracing of the Phoenix. And yeah. Next video, we will start in on the flames. Good times. So have a great rest of the day. Bye.